Hello my dear friends, I am Daniel Babarzadeh and here we have another training part of Revit software. In this part we're gonna have some tools and things which we can have in messing and site. This tab consists of some different panels, which two of them are at this side and they are related to each other, and the other side two more and those are related with each other too. And model site and modify site are for creating and controlling topography in Revit software, and model by face and conceptual math, as they're obvious by their names, they are for drawing complicated volumes. And I don't know what is the reason that they are in the same tab, but we're gonna have the site first, and after having site, its setting and managing it, we will go for messing. Okay, here in this section, which we have site component, again we have those components. There's no any difference. First of all, this tree, we can have the trees here, and they are smart and they can be matched with the topography and they're really easy. Even parking component, when you select them, you can have some signs and lines on the floor, and they are in components as well. They are more like shortcuts. As you can see, they are here. And if you want to have them fast, you can have them here. Okay. To be able to have a topography to Revit software, we can draw it manually, or we can import a topography plan to Revit software. Then we can turn it to a topography here. Here first item is Toposurface. When we select it, we can create a topography here, and here in create from imported, we can have the plan of it to Revit software. And how we should work with it. As you know, in mapping and topography, everything is based on points. Each point has an elevation code, and when you connect them to each other, you can have different elevations and different levels. Here in level 1, remember it, most of the templates which you have in level 1 or site, not in site but in levels, the topography is off. When you check visibility graphic with using V and G on the keyboard, here you have an item topography. Try to select this checkbox. When you want to draw the topography, we need to be able to see it. Topography is based on the points. Here, when I want to consider a point, here absolution elevation, here I can have 0, and then with these points I can create the shape of the topography. And right now there is a floor in level 0, and then when we want to have a slope, so we can have 2.5 for the height of this points. I start creating points and then it will be raised. It's not visible because it's above the section line, so we can't see the points. So here in 3D we can see them better. You can move the points easily. You can control the shape of this topography with moving them. When I check it here we have a slope, and I can even move it like this to make it bigger, and I put this here, this one here, and as you can see the edges are high. To Control Z to have the previous form. Here, this time, instead of 2.5, I want to have 6 meters. Then I create 4 points. And when these points near to each other, for example, I want to create more points here around the previous ones, this shape will be more smooth. And then this point which is here, when you take a look, you will see that it's like a hill. We can even have a building there. And as you can see, I can edit the points easily. But real topography plans have smooth slope and the points are really near to each other. And I control it like this to have this form. Okay, finish surface to finish having this, and there is a topography like this, and the surface which is over it, surface area, there is an area with this size. You can see these values here, and also the area of the plan which is used for the topography. Surface area is more than plan area because it's higher. And right now we have it here. We can do many things with this. As an instance, when we use a split face, then we select the topography. In this way, we can have this shape on this topography and we can cut it. And as you can see, when I move it, there will be empty. And as you can see, the size of the area will be different. In normal situation, the topography is like a surface and it's not full like a solid, it's empty. When I here Ctrl Z and merge surface, then I select them and I merge them again. Okay, here we have another tool which is subregion. How it works? With this tool you can separate an area. You can draw it like this and it should not be out of this area, like this, and it just separates this area, and I can see the size of the areas and I can change its material. For example, let me have a grass material here. Let me have this grass. Okay. Green. As you can see, I changed this material, but it's not possible to move it. Okay? I can't make it empty. I can subtract it, but I can move it. Okay? This is the difference between this and a split surface. Here, I can't make it empty. Here we have graded region. It can be used for excavation. On topography, we can have reports from it. How we can have excavation here? For example, we're gonna build a building here, and the plan is here on this slope, and it's not possible to build a building cracked, so we need to have excavation, and in this way we can have the building. Here we have a tool which is building pad. When I click on it, you can have a building pad inside this area, and when you draw any shape which you like and need, there will be a building pad there, and when under this pad is empty, it will fill it, and when there is extra sections there, it will make it empty. Currently it's in level 1. When I move this building pad from level 1 to level 2, as you can see, the bottom section was empty and it fills the empty section to have it in level 2. And right now I can start drawing the plan here in level 2. The topography is off. I turn it on and here is my building pad, and I start drawing the plan. For example, this is the area which we're gonna have it. As you can see, we could build over the topography easily. Ctrl Z to return this building pad. I move it to level 1. Okay, there's a question. Can we measure the amount of excavation? Yes, we can. I select them here in phasing. It's in new construction. The change which we applied for this, when I change this to existing, we will see the current situation and all of them will be gray. When I select graded region and create a new toposurface exactly like the existing one, when I select it, as you can see, there will be a topography, but the excavated area will be there again, but its color is red. Why? This red color is about the amount of excavation here. And when I click on it, here I can see this cut. This is its amount. So here I use U and N. I change the unit of volume to cubic meter. Okay. After that, here as you can see, 394 and also this section, net cut or net fill, which both of them are the same. And this is its amount of excavated area. And when I select this and edit surface, here for example, I wanna have all of these points with different heights. The height here is 2.5. I wanna have all of them in 2.5. I think I entered 25 by mistakes. Okay, I wanna have the whole area in this height, and as you can see in this view, these are as excavated areas as well. And when I delete building path, here is related to excavated area which will leveled. When I select this red section, or here I can see this volume here, and this volume is the section which we excavated. And in this way it can be possible on topography.